So on this last one, notice that it says that interest is being compounded continuously. If you were to go from compounding annually, where n was 1, to semi-annually, to quarterly, monthly, you could even go with weekly, or daily. You can keep on breaking that down. Every hour, every minute, every second, every half second, or tenth of a second, whatever. If you were to look at what would happen to $1 in 1 year at 100% interest, which of course is a ridiculous interest rate, but 100% interest rate would have R equals 1. Well, that would give you a hint as to where one way that we see that number E, which is about 2.72, where we'd see that come up. And it's going to show up in the formula for continuous compound interest. It's a much simpler looking formula. If it weren't for R times T being up in the exponent, I'd read that as A equals PERT, for PERT shampoo, if you like. Now here we've got 2,000 as a future value in 10 years, and we need to know how much money is being invested at the beginning. This is 3.5. Just like 3% became 0.03 by moving the decimal 2 to the left. Even when there's a decimal already in there, it has to go 2 to the left. Now, whatever this is, 0.035 times 10, we can simplify that. .35. E is just a number. You don't have to use that approximation that I mentioned earlier, because the calculator has an even more exact. This is not all of it, but it's more exact than saying 2.72. So use the calculator's approximation for that. Raise E to the 0.35 power, and that's just something that's being multiplied to P. So let me do it this way. That number, that's about 1.41906 something, is multiplied to P. So we're going to divide both sides by that number to get P alone. And we have already found out what the denominator is. So I'm going to divide 2,000 by that previous answer. And I'll do the same thing of rounding to 2 places because we're talking about U.S. money. So that's going to be 1409.38. And that concludes some additional examples of solving equations that have variables in the exponents or within logarithms or some application questions. Have a good one. Let me know if you have questions.